Welcome. All right, buckos. Yes, I was gone for 2 weeks. I will acknowledge this. Stuff happened. No one cares about that. We're only here for one thing and one thing only. More what ifs. So let's get back into this tournament. Right now, the tournament just started. Everyone's confused, and what's about to happen now is we're about to do some preliminary rounds. These preliminary rounds are rounds based basically around just giving people a feel of how it's gonna happen. I still don't have a 100% idea of what I'm gonna do the tournament names, but I think I got an idea that might help my views count. But basically, the first match is gonna be what if Deku versus Spider-Man versus Wolverine. So first things first is there's gonna be a Spider Deku, and this Spider Deku is gonna be similar to Anime Junkie's Spider-Man Deku, and the Wolverine Deku is gonna be just a random Deku we've never seen before. We may see some in the future. So they both take in their stances. DK stands above all, swipes his hands, but he explains the rules. You're allowed to kill. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do. You're able to fight however you want to fight. This will just be a tester to the few that have never been in the tournament, and for the most of y'all, this is your first time. Not for everyone. This isn't the first time we've done this tournament, he says with a sinister grin. Now, furthermore, let's also go into the fact of Spider-Man. We'll give a little bit of background on him. Deku's able to shoot webs out of his palm. He doesn't need no gadgets. His spidey senses are dummy on point. He has one for all, so he's dummy strong. Same thing with Wolverine. He's dummy strong too, so this is going to be a very interesting fight. As I'm making this, I don't know who's going to win. But Spider-Man is actually really strong, but the thing is, he doesn't go all out most of the time when he fights because he's not trying to just brutally kill people and stuff. Like, the man is dummy strong. Now, Wolverine, on the other hand, with One For All added to his arsenal, he's going to be able to regenerate pretty fast. Plus, his bone, he did some special bone training to make his bones even stronger, so his claws are even stronger. The same thing with Spider-Man. His webs are really super good, and yeah, let's get the fight on the road. So the fight begins immediately off rip. Deku's swinging towards Wolverine, and the environment is quick note, the environment can change time to time, so that's also a factor. Like, it's not just gonna be stationary, and it's not just gonna be like where it's one environment. Sometimes it may change during matches, sometimes it may not, but this environment, I'll say it's nothing too special. It's kind of like in a park almost. Or hold up. Alright, I got it. I'm not going to necessarily explain the environment. I'm just going to clue you in on it as I'm telling you, if that makes any more sense. Anyways, so what happened is Deku swings at Wolverine quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm just probably going to say the names of the what ifs or what they're based off of, depending on if it's not anything too drastic or anything too difficult. So first things first, Spider-Man swings at Wolverine. Wolverine dodges quickly, activating One For All at 100%. Goes in for a swipe with the claws. Deku has his sixth sense, so he sweeps back. Boom, boom. So now they're about to just go at it and start throwing hands, but Deku is a lot slippery since he's the spider version, and so he slips around, shoots his webs in all sorts of fashions, basically covering Wolverine up completely. He then shoots his webs out and keeps shooting his webs out, and eventually to the point where he has to the point where he has like a whole web thing. Then he grabs it, and then with One For All added to the webs and him jumping up really high, going off of a wall that so happily has to be there, he's running up, and then he starts spinning. really fast. And then he spins it, but what he does is the second he releases it, he like actually pushes off. I guess I can say the air. He pushes off the air, and then he grabs it and starts spinning it even more, and then keeps doing that until they go back down to the ground. And I'm not gonna say it was super high, but they were up a little good chunk of the distance. We could say this is kind of like in a city, not city area. Like there's a couple of buildings, couple of poles, couple of walls. And so what ended up happening is that happens. He gets shot down right immediately, and then it's like a literal thunderclap or a thunder, just boom everywhere, right? And Mance comes up, but like the second he does it, Spider Deku punches him right in the gut, and then that paralyzes him, and he's like pretty much getting and like that punch repaired. It did a lot of damage. Like actually, some of Deku's gut is on Spider-Man's hand. So when Wolverine actually fully gets up, but before he even can get up, he gets shot in the eye with webs, and then his eyes are literally ripped out, and then he gets hit with a somersault kick to the chin, and then right after that, his webs he uses web to pull back, and then pulls, and then what he does after that is he uses webs again, and he does like a little flip spin, basically cracking man's neck, and then like pulling him up really high, and then like punching him. And the second he punches, blood, guts, everything's going everywhere. And then Deku's like, he takes a breather, looks at the ground, and then Wolverine gets back up. You see like red lightning everywhere, or like sparks, not actual red lightning, but just red one for all. Man's is standing up, gets up, and starts regenerating like dummy fast. Just ouch. And man has an outfit similar to Wolverine's, but like an All Might. So like it looks like All Might, but with Wolverine's color. Or it's actually based off of Wolverine, kind of. And so he gets up, says, well, that hurt, bub. He takes a stance, and then throws a punch, and that punch sends out like 3 little spikes of wind. But basically what it was an All Might smash, but with claws in it. So it was like just 3 little splash. So this fight's going on for a good little minute. And it's just doom. And then they're throwing hands, and eventually, Wolverine is having more of an advantage over Spider-Man at this moment because Spider-Man's taking more damage, and he has a healing factor, but it's nowhere near Wolverine on top of One for All. So slowly but for surely, it looks like Spider-Man's losing his edge. He's not gonna win. But then, remember when he punched him earlier and all his guts went everywhere? So Spider-Man goes in for a lethal claw attack that almost hit him, but his Spidey senses saved him. That's really what was keeping him up right now. And then he pushed back Wolverine with a punch as he was getting sent flying, and used his webs. He condensed him. Like he shot out so much he condensed him, and they both hit both of his like ankles and his kneecaps as he was getting flown back. So when that happened or whatever, right? Mans was gone. Dummy fart. Boom boom. Boom. And Wolverine on the other hand, he was like suffered too. And he couldn't move. Like he got pushed back and he couldn't move because like his whole what he uses to get up is gone. So when he regenerates from it, he tries to get up, but he's paralyzed. Meanwhile, Spider-Man is down, kneeling, like he's too critically injured. So it was a draw. And what happened to them later is interesting. Now, yeah. So now what'll happen is there'll be another fight. Spider and Wolverine are unable to fight. So both of you die. But and then yeah, that happened. Yeah. All right, who's next? Let's see here. He's looking at a paper as he's saying this. Let's see here. Excellent. You'll be next. What's his name? Deku? No, it'll be Deku. Deku. Go ahead. Come forth. Show the world what a girl can do. As he's laughing so maniacal for no reason. And North Star, Deku, come forth. They come in the ring, both like it's a different entry. Deku's walking in, dummy swole for no reason. Meanwhile, Deku, she comes in, and then she comes in with some style though. She just does like a little adjustment to her ring. Cracks, crack. Walks and flips her hair back. And the fight commences. Who are these people? Who are these? These are not what ifs I've done before. Or are they? No, they're really not. But don't worry. When they're actually fighting and when actually people are actually gonna get eliminated and not just killed off, good thing you can revive people at the end of this tournament. But due to people not being actually killed off or like not actually gonna do any of that, I'm just doing this to get my blueprints down, to get some bases for it. I'm actually gonna like write it out, like you're gonna fight this person, the winner fights this person. I'm gonna do that later, but just throwing some basic stuff out here, basic content. So now they fight, and he says, "Ready, set, go." He smirks. The fight commences, but it only lasts for a few seconds at first. North Star says, "You're already dead." She's like, "That's cute. You think pressure points are gonna kill me? Nani?" She and she started throwing up, and that made her upset. Because there was one pressure point North Star hit her at, and she wasn't expecting it, so she was like, she takes a stand similar to like someone in Dragon Ball Z about to power up, and all she says is, "Release." And then out of nowhere, you see a massive steam piling around her body. Her whole body is just, it looks like her body's about to explode. She's like, her heart rate is excelling. She's moving, everyone's confused. And then she says one thing and one thing only. Second gear. When she says that, smoke's inhaling. And then she burst at Mans. And when she does this, immediately she's in his face. Too fast for him to keep up. So she's doom. And like she's just bouncing man around. And then like right before she got done, right with the last move, she just took a wild stance and said, "Sniper rifle." And then like if it was visualized, how you would have visualized it is this Deku's getting folded by this female, and then actually says sniper rifle, you would see a sniper or like the image of a sniper, father son Kamehameha, and then you would see her punch and then cock her hand back, and then and man's dead, and then she said all this thing goes away. Good control. But she actually didn't kill him. She just hit him really hard in his face. He got back up. Everyone thought the fight was over. Oh, by the way, he looks at North Star. If you ever do some shit like that again, I will kill you for starting the fight before he gets done saying what he's trying to say. But basically, the man's cheated without cheating. He just moved so fast that he was able to hit all these pressure points. in the beginning of the fight. That's why he smirked earlier. Anywho, the fight would pretty much go with Deku winning. She won. She's good now. He didn't have to. You don't have to kill it. Sometimes there's just like a, yeah, you're gonna win. I'm gonna just crawl over here. Yeah. Anywho, next match. All right, Shadow Clone Deku, come on down, Buckaroo. He's like, man, say less. Show y'all niggas what it bees up in this bitch. He just being belligerent, unruly. Meanwhile, someone that's glowing a bright red, menacing aura appears. Even DK shakes a little. This guy's wicked. Everyone's actually taken aback by this. It's not light. It's not darkness. It's something far worse. It's just this kid. Not kid, but it's just a Deku. He's glowing a bright red color. You barely can even see him. And then before chills getting sent down everyone's spine, all you hear is, you did say we can kill, right? Everyone felt immediate chills. He said, yeah. Ready, set, go. The moment the go got out, 1 billion shadow clones pop out. So many, no one can keep up. And then they all pull out super moves. One has like one, all of them use one for all. All of them are using Sage mode, Sage one for all. They're using all of their powers, all their capabilities right now, right here. They're going all out. And this, even for most people there, even for DK, he would say that that'd give me a little trouble. Wouldn't be able to brush it off. But this was the breaking point. You heard one thing and one thing only. Die. And then in a blink, all the clones were gone. Everyone. And I mean everyone was scared. And then in another blink, another 0.20 seconds, you see this man's right in front of the shadow clone Deku's face. Not the real one. And he steps back and laughs maniacally. Say, you're gonna take me seriously, you're gonna regret. Where's my arm? Where's my... He realized Deku took one. This man's took one. The red light took one of his arms. And then before he could even panic or scream about it, he looks up and see his arm coming back at him. But the only thing is, he's getting beat with his own arm. So this red Deku is just doing him dirty. So he's just getting smacked and smacked and smacked with his own arm. Smacked and smacked and smacked and smacked and smacked. And just keep smacking and smacking and smacking. And smack. And then blew up the arm right in the man's face. They picked him up. And then started cutting him, but like lightly, just with some bare bones, lightly, just and then blew off one of his kneecaps, blew off the leg, and he's doing all of this. I'm saying it faster than what's happening, but he's doing all of this slowly, maniacally, and patiently. He's carefully, meticulously doing this. And then the Deku's just all bloodied and battered. He's like... And if you saw this from her point of view, all you would see is red light and someone with red eyes. Die. So it would basically be something to this effect, right? You don't really see me. And then like at the last possible second, you just see me in your face. Like, hold up, I gotta do it right. Light should be right here. You still can see me like right here. So it'll be like you don't see me now. And then you see me again, but like a lot more menacing, red eyes. Just 1 minute it's all the way over here. Next minute it's all the way over here. Then it's on your side, and you're just terrified. And then he just cuts out one of his eyeballs, but instead of cutting it out, he rips it out slowly, twists it a little, pulls more. And then while the eye is still connected to him, he crushes it so he can feel pain and then pluck it out. And he kept doing this, and then he eventually just blew man's existence away. And that concludes the What If Deku, Spider-Man versus Wolverine. I hope your buckaroos enjoys this. Please do comment on certain characters or certain What If peoples you want to see. By the way, if any of y'all want me to, actually what y'all could start doing, if any of y'all want me to do a particular anime, if you find the link or find a working link for that anime, that'll make it 100 times easier for your what ifs to get, aired or potentially get that character in here. Also, I'm hoping y'all liking the tournament thus so far. Please do like, comment. Keeps me motivated a little bit. Catch y'all later. I'm the black guy.